The direction of my life is very simple now, and it's this: oneness, integration. I've been incredibly susceptible to being led in a lot of different directions, a lot of them contradictory, and it's all been against my own instincts, my own intuition. And I'm ashamed to say, I've been something of a yes man. And this next stage of my life is very much about saying no a lot more. Not necessarily that is the flavour or the tone of my life, but I want to take everything that I've learned and just go with what actually resonates with me. And it's not been an easy thing to do, because I've had extraordinary difficulty in shutting out all of the noise that's gone on. And that includes the criticism and belittling that I've experienced from lots of different people. I don't really know why I've put up with it, to be honest, because I always knew what was right for me, but I so ferociously wanted to protect other people's feelings and not want to actually indulge my own intelligence, my own instincts. And there was a win actually recently that I had a Teams call. We'll have to get used to saying Teams now rather than Skype, but I had a Teams call with two of my very good friends from Twitter, and it was suggested that a fourth join us. And shortly before, on the day of the call, shortly before it happened, I said, well, I'd just like it this time to keep it to we three. And that was met with agreement. And then when we actually started the call, the gentleman that had invited the fourth guest was basically saying, oh, well, I've got him on the phone. He's happy either way. And I reaffirmed my no. And it was a very powerful moment, because I had in my mind's eye that no, I'm going to engineer this so that this works for me. And in the back of my mind, not that there would be from either of these gentlemen, but in the back of my mind, there's always this preparation of, oh gosh, they're going to react really, really badly, and they're going to think I'm a bad person, that I'm selfish. And of course, this is all the stuff that's going on in my head. It's not going on in theirs. And it was really interesting actually, because at one point in the conversation, one of my friends mentioned he'd had a dream, and I had featured in this dream as a bit of a badass who was, just going out and living my life and being really confident. And I just thought, oh yeah, I like this version of me. And I'm out on a proper long walk today, because the last few days a few things have sort of come up. And on Friday, normally I didn't actually have therapy scheduled for this Friday, because my therapist was spending time with his mother. But I had booked my usual first entry visit to Chatsworth House, but my boiler buggered and it was quite dramatic. but it all got sorted. But for the last few days, I've just sort of been thrown off a little bit. I don't quite know why, but anyway, rolled with it. So I'm out on a proper walk today, and I'm looking at the glorious countryside. Give you a nice little pan around, and seeing it with really fresh eyes and getting a tremendous sense of purpose and wonderment and gratitude for the beautiful place that I live. and also for the many possibilities that are awaiting me. And I'm feeling a stronger sense of purpose. And it's why at the beginning of this video I talked about oneness and integration being the direction that I want to go in, because there is an awful lot of noise that we deal with in our day-to-day lives now, and that time to yourself to breathe your own air, to establish what it is that you want, how you want to do it, whatever pace that you choose. It is about doing the things that really resonate with you, that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel great to be alive, because we are really blessed. You know, there are many blessings in all of our lives, and it can be sometimes difficult to focus on them, because I often feel like I'm fighting fires all over the place. But it just depends on where you put your energy and your focus, frankly, and that's down to you. And it takes some training to do it, because we are brought up by the system to always be appeasing and appealing to others, but not to ourselves, to our strengths, to what we love, to how we like to do things. It's not encouraged to be singular. It's really not. But if you have the strength of will to actually focus on that yourself, it makes for a really, really magical experience where everything looks crisper and brighter and more colourful, and you can carve and shape the life that you want. So start to think about integrating all of the great experiences that you've had, lessons that you've learnt, and the opportunities that you want to pursue with a fresh set of eyes and an open heart and an open mind. Believe in yourself. You can do it.